good morning, and welcome back to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN with your faves, Kevin and Azem, produced by Gwenny Gwen, Idita, CPL Johnson, who decided to not come today, but ain't nothing, we're running still. And even though they ain't here, I actually have a very cool person in the studio with me right now, Mr. Azard Gumbs from Vibe. Azard, good morning.
Good morning, Azem, and good morning to all those listening via radio, also those who are joined via Facebook or any other media platform.
Well, Azard, you got so much things going on. It's like, if people say Azard on the radio, we don't even know exactly in what capacity. But let the people know exactly what's happening right now with Vibe and what Vibe is.
Thank you, Azem. Vibe is actually a show. It's going to be a television show, and it's a television because we're going to use virtual and visual effects. And so it's going to be a show that is hosted for now at least once per month. It's a show that focuses on things that are happening in our area, the area of challenges to New Guinea. We understand that at times persons highlight perhaps Basti, and to some extent Sandy Pointers highlight Sandy Point and what is happening in Sandy Point. Right. But we have a very rich area between challenges and New Guinea that I think too needs to be mentioned, needs to be highlighted. And we have a wealth of talent and talented people within that area. And so that show, our show, a show that is hosted by myself and Shermel Drew, but it's not just about us. It's about the vibe and feeling the vibe between challenges and New Guinea.
So it's really like a community-based show that really just highlights what's happening in the community.
That is correct. A community-based show. It's non-profit, and so much of the resources for the show comes out of the committee's pocket. And so currently we have myself as the host, Shermel Jew as the hostess. We have my sister Shajine Gumbs, who is the production manager, so to speak. We have Austin Coker from Old Road, who is a support, a liaison, and a committee member within our organization. And we have very newly attached to us who started out through volunteering his service, Molly, a part of our committee as well. And we also have one more interested person who wishes to join us. And so we'll have a team of 6 persons. And so it's a team of 6 persons. And as we say, the show focuses on what is happening within our area of challenges to New Guinea. Again, as I said, that is a wealth of talent, a wealth of talented individuals. And oftentimes, persons talk about what is happening in town or what is happening other places, but not focusing on that specific area. And so this show, helps to divert all the attention into our area.
So what was the impetus? Like how did the conversation come up about Vibe? Because now that you say it, it seems so obvious, but it's something that wasn't really happening before. So what was the impetus? What was the conversation like that brought this thing into fruition?
Well, Vibe the name came up by it was coined by Shermel Drew, but the idea of having the Vibe is something that I have had for some time. A lover of media and social interaction. And Shermel, at one point in time, we were at a meeting, and she had the similar idea. And I said to myself, well, it's for some time that I've had this idea and I haven't run with it. And Shermel is saying the same thing. So, and in a common space about something similar. And I'm saying, maybe this is God's way of telling me, as at this time you start the show. And maybe it was that impetus. And so Shermel and I, we came together after that to discuss the show. And she has been a very good partner in terms of helping the show develop. And also, it's not just she herself and myself, but we also have a team with us as well who work behind the scenes. And again, we have Austin Coker, we have my sister Shajine Gumbs, we have Molly, and we have another individual who I would name perhaps at a different time when our show starts, because this person, after seeing what the show has done, seeing the little teasers, have indicated interest. And so we're going to meet with that individual to show them what our expectations are, to hear what that person's expectation is as well, and so how we could build the vibe from challengers to New Guinea.
Nice. Well, you said when the show starts, so I already looking forward to this. When is this supposed to air?
Well, the show starts this Sunday. It's supposed to air. You have to check it out on our website. Well, not website. Our Facebook page.
Okay.
And I'm encouraging persons to like the Facebook page, Azim, because that is where you're going to see the first airing of the vibe. And what we do is that we are talking about things in the community, but we have touched so many aspects, but it still belongs to the community. And I say this because this month, for our first show, and when Shermel gets here, she'll be able to tell you more about it, is that we have looked at small businesses in our community. The community, I want to say community because I think when I say community, I'm referring to challengers to New Guinea, because that area is one big community with similarities. And so we have focused on small businesses in our community, and we have also had an interview because how this show is going to set up. We have a structure. So we're going to talk about a topic. Next month, we're going to do a different topic as it relates to something relevant. But this month is Financial Literacy Month.
Right. So it just makes sense to highlight that.
And so in keeping with Financial Literacy Month, we thought it best to focus on small businesses in our community, because we realized that during the pandemic, we are still suffering from the impacts of COVID-19. A lot of businesses have suffered, and a lot of businesses have had to change what they have been producing over time. And so as a result, we thought it best to see what these small businesses have done. How are they managing during the pandemic? And so our show, the first show, focuses on a number of small businesses in our community and what they are doing and how have they managed within facing a global pandemic.
I mean, and this is something that I'm sure that experience in that community is something that could be like people relate to that no matter where on the island they're at. So sure, this is something that you don't have to be from that particular community to really want to tune in and see exactly what you guys are offering. But I mean, I was even looking at it because I went to the Facebook page this morning just to check out what's going on. And just for persons who are curious, let them know exactly what the Facebook page is.
The Facebook page is called The Vibe. So you go into your search engine on Facebook and type in The Vibe and you're going to see it. We encourage you to like the Facebook page because as you like it, you'll be able to see the updates.
Right.
And it's so we have, and because it's supposed to be an hour length. So it's not just small businesses that we focus within the topic, but that is a highlight and that's a general theme. But also we do community shout outs. So there's an aspect within the show where we are going to focus on the accomplishments of some people within the community. Of course, we had persons who would have accomplished great things within our community for the month of October, and we want to highlight those as well as them, and we are going to highlight those persons. I'm just going to say one of them. For example, we had the National Carnival Song Competition. And the winner of the song competition, 2 of those members are from our community between Challengers and New Guinea.
Right.
So we're going to use a little picture that we found, and we're going to show persons what people within our community are doing, because we want to build that community love and the community togetherness that I think would do well within our community.
Well, I mean, it sounds as though like that's exactly what's gonna be happening. I'm really looking forward to checking it out. And I went and I saw some of the behind the scenes of the production and stuff like that, and it really seems as though there's a lot of thought, there's a lot of energy behind it.
Yes, as a man, again, with the community shout out, we want to make it dynamic, because this month too was or well, let's say is, because we're still in the month of October, is Elderly Month.
Right.
And so what we did, we said we're going to give back to our community, and we want to do it differently. So what we did, as in, we focused on who is the oldest man living between Challengers and New Guinea, currently resident there,
Right.
and who is the oldest female there. And so in our show, you're going to see us as we distribute these packages to the oldest man and the oldest woman. And it seems something that is simple, but how often do you, when you think about persons within your community, I mean, you think about the elderly, but do you even know who the oldest person in your space is?
Right.
And I think once you identify that individual, it's sort of build that community bond, because somebody could say, well, Peter John is the oldest man within the community, and you build that. And so that individual knows, individuals within the community know that that individual is the oldest man. And so you add that respect to the person's name. Even you respect your elders, and you know you're very respectable. You respect your elders, yes, but I want to say you add some respect.
Yeah.
You add some respect to that person. And so it makes that individual feel good, because when we distributed the packages, the smiles on the face, and the smile on the faces made it feel as though we had done such a good thing and nothing more needs to be done. But we want to continue all the good works within the Vibe. So the Vibe is more than just a television show that focuses on a topic. We want to touch the community. We want to touch everybody in some way or form within our area, the area of Challengers to New Guinea. And so it is a show that encompasses community involvement, highlights the accomplishments of men and women within our community, and also the activities, because we know between Challengers and New Guinea, and I'll say this, a little teaser, I mean, next month is tourism. And I have always said that when you look at our area between Challengers and New Guinea, out of any other area in St. Kitts and Nevis, that area has a very rich and diverse culture, a very rich history. And so that is something, and these are the things that we want to highlight. We want to show persons that things are happening within our area, and we want to take it from, sometimes there's a political side of things. You understand? And persons may know us from a political background, but we want to go beyond the politics. We want to go beyond that scope, because when you focus within a perhaps political realm, you don't touch everybody, because there's going to be some division.
Some people might dismiss it just because.
Yes, and so persons might know Shermel and myself, members of a particular party, but that's not what we are trying to do. We are trying to reach out and build our community, because she has also a lot of ideas for the community, things that she likes to see happening. I too, and other persons in our committee and team want the best for our community. And so we came together and we thought it best to produce this, to highlight and to do things in various ways and in various capacities.
Man, I think that this is a really good initiative. And again, like I said, I am already looking forward to it. But you guys have been going out in the community, obviously, because the show is now going to be aired on the 31st.
Yes, so we have done several tapings. We have, at first, we thought that, you're going to be just the weekend or a couple of weekends, because pre-recorded, we want to make sure that the quality in which we produce is high. And also we recognize that it's not funded by anyone but ourselves and the committee.
But even the nature of the show, it kind of has to happen over the space of time.
Yes, because of what we want to accomplish. Because things might happen in the first week of October. And then something else happens in mid-October, and then at the end of October, and you want to capture everything that happens in the month, everything significant. And so we, as I said before, we're going to have a general theme, but we also have aspects when we have community shout-outs and things that we're doing within the community, and we want to focus on that as well. And so the tapings have been numerous. And so, when you start off something, is really the drawing board, and so it only gets better after that.
But what has been the response from persons in the community as you guys kind of go out and interact with people at some of these tapings? What has been the response from people in the community?
As I must say that the response has been very well received. I must say, persons have come out and said, this is a very good idea. They have encouraged us, they have pushed us, and they
sure
have
they give their
shown
own ideas too.
yes, and they have shown their own moral support as well. Because sometimes when you're doing things, just to say, wow, this is a good idea, you should continue, is just the motivation that you need to continue. Because as we said before, it's a non-profit. And so motivation comes to us from the things that we are doing and from the persons around us and their appreciation and their support as well. I must say the support has been very great, and we do appreciate it. And the support from persons who came in and chip in, because production would, of course, a penny I must shout out to DJ Rankin, who is working on an ad and jingle for us,
Nice.
a sponsorship. I also want to say thank you to your program as well, who has sponsored us this morning, so we could hear and we could speak on what the show is.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to say thank you, Azim, and I want to say thank you to Jane and Lana and everyone behind this great show, who has given those persons who have given us the opportunity this morning to speak and to give persons an idea of what the vibe is. Because persons might have seen the video and persons might have had an idea of what it is, but to understand what it is something else.
Right.
And so we want to say thank you. There are other persons that we want to thank. We want to thank Molly, because at first I reached out to Molly. I said, Molly, well, this is something that we want to do. We don't have much money to do it. We'll appreciate somebody who could video us as we go around. And surprisingly, he jumped on board. He was very willing, and now it seems as though he's going to be a part of the full team.
And so share the live.
Share the live. And I think he has a show this afternoon or this evening. And so it's a very heartwarming where you see you have an idea and you reach out to persons, and you might not have the financial means to fund something, but you see persons who are willing to support you and who are willing to support the idea, and so the idea gets carried along, and that is overwhelming. And also with our show, we have a special artist. Well, now not even a special artist, we have a special guest, because it's Financial Literacy Month. So an aspect of our show, we went and we spoke to the president and the executive director of the Chambers of Commerce. To have to find out what are their plans and what has happened since the pandemic, and how can the chamber help small businesses. So we're trying to link everything.
Nice.
We're trying to link organizations to our people within Challengers and New Guinea. We're trying to make it as informative as possible, as engaging as possible, and as community involved as possible. And so we have embarked on doing a information campaign, so to speak, or awareness campaign of the show as it airs on Sunday. The first show is going to be on the Vibe. It's going to be 8 p.m. And so we want as many persons to like the page, to support us in whatever way possible, because we're just a few young people who wish to do well within our community, using our talents for the best of to the best of our ability to serve our people, to give them a sense of pride,
right?
And I don't want to say that I'm talking a lot, but when you look at Sandy Pointers and the pride that they have, and it's something that is
actually, you're nine.
Emulated,
Don't feel to say they're 9.
Sometimes I like to say I'm half Sandy Pointer, because my father is from Sandy Point and my family from Sandy Point, but I am an old Rhodian, through and through, and I love my people, my community, and I'm so happy to have been a part of the community.
Well, guys, we've been hearing about this person, and she's actually here in the studio with us now. Shermel, good morning.
Good morning.
You're running in here like you ain't sure what's going on. Take a minute, man. Take a minute. But
while Shermel settles in, what is it like as jumping into a new role as a host?
Well, I must say that I've had the background, and I say the background because, Kevin, at the age of 19, I hosted a youth program on the Step, the Youth Express, with partnership with the Ministry of Youth. I was once a host here at Women FM for the popular show Inside the News. And I've always loved media, I've always loved production, and this is a way to hone those skills. In practice, my career is and I'm an attorney at law, but I want to do more things and engage in more aspects, more than just my profession or my chartered profession.
Right. But Shermel, how about you? Was this a new experience for you hosting? You've been involved in media in this particular capacity, or this is something that you're stepping out of your comfort zone with?
I would say yes and no. I have always been involved in media. Because of the fact that I love to communicate. Even if it's my personal thoughts, I communicate. I use any sort of medium to get whatever message I want to get out there. And so the vibe, just encouraging positive conversations, persons to express themselves, give persons an avenue to express themselves who weren't able to do so. It is something that I'm really interested in. And so, yes, in the aspect that I'm broadening my outreach, but no. People that say you like to be in things.
Oh, I like to be in things. They like to say that. They like to say that. But yeah, be in things, see? Don't study that. And especially good things like this.
Yes.
Because as we've been hearing, I think this is going to go a long way in really instilling that sense of pride in persons from the community. Also just building awareness of what is happening. I think that will go a long way in even fostering relationships and partnerships and become a real hub for persons wanting to know exactly what is happening in the community. So I really want to wish you guys all success, especially as this first show. People watch you. Sunday night I got nothing to do. Go watch the Vibe. I got nothing to do. What are you doing Sunday night? Go to the Vibe Facebook page, like it, and just make sure you kick the little thing that says notifications all, so that you know exactly when they go live, so you don't miss it. And like Molly says, Molly's part of your team, share the live.
Share the live.
Yes.
But yeah, before we wrap up, is there anything else you want to say? I know that from experience, I know things like this really does take a lot of resources. If there's anybody that's listening who really want to be a part, contribute to what you're doing in any way, what's the best way for them to get in contact with you guys?
Well, they could contact myself at 766-2954 or Shermel at
764-4201.
Or you could also like the Facebook page,
Awesome.
The Vibe, and send a message that would be responded to.
For
In
sure.
a timely manner at that.
Yes. Also, as we wrap up, I just want to say thank you again, because this opportunity is something that we take not for granted, because oftentimes you have ideas and sometimes you just want a platform so persons could know what those ideas are, and you provided that for us this morning, and so we are very grateful for that. We are grateful for you and your team, Kevon, Lana, Jade, all of you who have given us the opportunity here this morning. And just to say, we're going to be on Freedom at 4 p.m. We're going to be on with EK, and EK is going to we're going to do something similar, and so we appreciate him as well and the opportunity that he has given us, and anyone who gives us opportunity, we appreciate all of you.
For sure, we're all in this media space, and I, for one, am very excited about, persons being able to use technology, use this space to really communicate ideas, visions. I think we're all unique. We all have unique perspectives on all of these things. So I really, really want to encourage you guys to keep doing what you're doing. I'm looking forward to the show, and I keep encouraging people to go and check it out. So, guys, kudos to you. We appreciate it. We're looking forward to all that's to come from the Vibe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we're going to take a short break. We're going to be back with more Island Tea right here on with Media SKN. Stick and stay.
Feel the magic happening.
Campari.
Taste. Something incredible happens when Campari is mixed just right. Like Campari and orange juice poured over ice. Taste it. Try it tonight. Bitter, sweeter, better. Campari. Must be 18 years and older. Drink responsibly.
Your favorite fruit has got a new skin with real juice within. Drink the real Fruta. Enjoy the real joy.
Taste the real Fruta. Enjoy the real Fruta. Refreshing juice of every day is Fruta.
Fruta, juiced right.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, Kevin and Azim, featuring Jade, Gwenny, Gwenisha Johnson. And it's time for more tea. Hee hee.
Yes, sir. My tea too hot. And
Made able today, you know.
But Jade ain't even here to bring me cup. So my tea just in my flask too hot for me to drink. Bye, people. Anyway, I suppose I understand why she's not here, but I suppose. That's what we're saying here. But wait till I catch her.
Imagine if you brought like a whole tea flask for Jade and she ain't come today.
You understand?
So and you waste your time brewing your tea.
I always make sure I have enough in case she wants some. So I don't push it on her. I don't be like, here, see something. No, if she says, hey Azam, what tea you drinking? I normally would share whatever the concoction is for the day. And then I guess if it appeals to her sensibilities, she normally goes, oh, can I have some? And I always make sure just in case. But she ain't come. Last time. I'll come in with my tea in a thimble tomorrow.
Wow!
Oh, man.
I didn't see a thimble in a long time, you know.
But I don't even. What was the purpose of thimbles? It's something to do when you're sewing, right?
From poking in
yeah.
And then that's why they had the dots in it too. We would catch the needle and also prevent it from sliding onto another finger.
Yes, sir.
I learned that recently, the dot part.
Oh, nice.
But more information that is semi-useless that is now in my brain.
Yeah, it was your sheen. I don't want to sew my own clothes anymore. So what do we have on the agenda, Mr. Master of Ceremonies?
A lot. Some Jade's picks.
All kind of things going on in the world.
Let's jump into one thing first. So let's talk local. So this is a St. Kitts and Nevis article, of course. So a woman has been charged for possession of a firearm and ammunition. The police have charged 29-year-old Celine, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, Celine Phipps of Boyd's Village for the offenses of possession of firearm and possession of ammunition. During a security check at the entrance of a night spot in Bastille on October 22nd, 2021, a Beretta PX4 Storm pistol and several rounds of 9mm ammunition were found in Phipps's bag.
Several
She was
rounds.
subsequently taken into police custody along with another individual. She was charged on October 26, 2021, and has been remanded to Her Majesty's prison. Oh, horrible, right? And she was.
Brother, a stamp PX4, yeah. Like, if you need to Google and see what kind of gun that is me buy.
I know exactly what kind of gun that, and that's
Brother,
what because I'm like,
Buy
she
packing. The girl packing me buy. Girl packing. That's a nice little gun there. Oh boy.
that's crazy.
No, but my like I can't. Like, I don't understand. Like, you're going to the club with your Beretta, just in case the DJ play some gun song.
It's a party outfit.
Accessories. That's what accessories
You
come
buy
to
your
know.
purse, just hold it instead of holding your purse, you hold your gun.
But hey, whoa. I think that I don't even know. Yeah? I don't even know. It was this her own personal party accessory, or was this? Was this?
I'm not sure. Well, it
but-
says that somebody else was also taken
into custody.
police custody with her. So I'm not sure if it was like an accomplice or just like trying to figure out what's going on kind of thing. But I guess we'll get more details as things go on.
Sometimes somebody just go like, hey, you can hold my gun for me real quick.
Hold this, let me tie my shoes.
Yeah. Maybe I post.
Yeah,
It probably
It's
happened.
too big in my pocket. Quickly.
Right, exactly. It's probably like, I can't. You say fit in my pocket, you can put this in your purse. Oh boy. Hey, but I'm gonna tell you something. I have very little sympathy for illegal weapons. Like, if you got a illegal gun and thing, okay, whatever, yeah. But you see, when they catch people with illegal weapons and ammunition, I feel that should be like an automatic, couple years well, and then we go into the details and figure out how much we put in on top of the automatic. Bear in mind that I am one of them people who believe that sometimes jail time and these things serve as a huge deterrent. Cause a lot of times people don't even know what the jail time and them things are. It's like they don't know. The people don't know. People don't know what the consequences of the actions be. Like, you got people right here doing some things and they have not. And I believe if they knew exactly what the consequences were if they were to get caught doing it, that they'd be like, Bano. Bano. Like, I was talking to a fellow there a couple years back, and he was involved in some money laundering things, and he's like, but it's only after he almost get catch, and they were telling him, that's 14 years in jail. And I was like, wait, so I almost lose my 20s for that?
Yeah.
Yep. But I do believe like with illegal weapons like that, the potential for damage there is great. So yeah, I think that should be like an automatic last year for a minute by. Automatic means she know well.
Where she be? Remanded.
Oh boy. But hopefully they get to the bottom of that, and yeah. And guys, I let this serve as a warning. Leave your guns at home. That's all I can say. Leave your guns at home.
Great advice. I think if you had to get that advice from us, that's an issue.
You got bigger problems. But hey, we can't take it for granted, man. Leave your guns at home. That's all I'm gonna say. If possible, go get registered. I mean, that's easier said than done, but yeah. You think that should be easier? Like, for people to be able to go and register as a licensed gun holder? It's not necessarily that easy here.
It's not that easy here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it would be beneficial. It would keep track of who has guns, but at the same time, I feel like the ease of owning a gun might unnecessary guns to be owned, if that makes any sense.
See, but this is my thing though. Like, my thing is that when there's a disconnect between the availability of firearms and the ease of registration of said firearms, then I think you create a certain situation, like, yeah, where then persons who have no, in other words, the persons who have no intention of registering their firearms, they go get them. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's only the people who have intentions of registering their firearms seem to have a problem doing so.
Just register your Glock. Just register the Glock, that's all.
Register the Glock.
Simple
Bye.
things, Alan. Simple things.
Bye. But yeah, them things above my pay grade, and I don't have sufficient information to comment any further.
Yeah. Okay.
So let us proceed, sir.
We often advise the nation on how to proceed, but this is one thing that we are not. We are not.
No, we advise them.
Providing insight with.
We advise them, leave your guns at home, my brother. I think that's good advice.
Oh, well, yeah, I think that's good advice.
I think that's good advice.
Leave the Glocks at home.
Watch it. I'm watching the phone ringing, right, and I'm afraid to answer it here. But
Oh
let's
boy, here we go.
see.
How about it?
Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T. What's up? Don't make me regret this. Good morning. Oh, is it they had a plan?
No.
They had a plan. Oh boy. But yeah, let's move on quick so it don't seem like they could comment on that topic still.
Okay, let's go. This is another local one.
Mm-hmm.
So, the St. Kitts and Nevis independent film, A Rose Between Thorns, has secured a deal with Novus Distribution for worldwide release. The film director Nigel Trucapo Lewis locks in a 3-picture deal. Like, I don't even need to go any further. I will though, but
Capo,
congratulations.
I big up yourself, brother.
Like,
Oh my gosh, boss.
congratulations.
I am so proud of Capo, right? You know the thing with Capo too, Capo do just move. Capo ain't in a lot of frill and
do,
of
he just
flair.
do.
He ain't in a lot of that. He just, yeah. Man. But continue. Before we continue giving him his flowers. He already got the turns.
So, Nigel Trucapo Lewis, he signed a 3-picture deal with Duende Media, the production company behind the independent film. The award-winning independent film Rose Between Thorns has also landed a distribution deal with Novus Distribution. Rose Between Thorns is the groundbreaking feature debut by filmmaker Nigel Trucapo Lewis, a native of St. Kitts and Nevis, the smallest island in the Caribbean. Every time I read that, I just forget. That's a thing.
Yeah.
And fun fact, we're also the smallest country in the Western Hemisphere.
Yeah. Independent nation,
So, the film, A Rose Between Thorns, depicts a young girl's emotional journey as she uses dance to escape the pain caused by her violent family life. A Rose Between Thorns is such an important story that we're now able to share with a broader audience thanks to Novus Distribution, which is what was said by Duende Media's head of development, Juliana Scaminici. We look forward to continuing to support Nigel on his filmmaking journey with this film and any other future projects.
Mm-hmm.
Trucapo began his filmmaking career in 2009 as a music video, commercial, and documentary director in St. Kitts and Nevis. He quickly became a coveted director and visionary for local video projects on the islands. His storytelling displays his passion for his country and his craft, capturing the unique cultural experiences of Kittitians and Nevisians. This distribution deal means so much to me and to St. Kitts, allowing me to share a film that has not only helped kickstart my career, but one that means so much to me and my community personally. I look forward to working with Duende Media on future pictures and I hope to not only entertain, but that I will inspire. A statement by True Capo.
Wow, watch you.
So
I think people don't understand.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, for sure. And I just want to put into perspective, like, how important this is, right? Like, one of the issues in the film industry is one of the biggest hurdles is distribution. One of the biggest hurdles is distribution, because me and you can go record something on our phones and get it placed here, there, and everywhere. Like, ain't so you work. There's literal gatekeepers. There's literal media channels that we don't have access to, right? And so to be able to, out of all the content that is being created, be recognized as having a product that is worth the effort and the time of some of the persons that have access to these places, that's a huge deal, right? And it really speaks to True Capo's directing. It speaks to the writing of James Galloway from Nevis. It also speaks to the acting abilities of our local cast. So this goes a long way in really highlighting all that talent on a world stage. Like, this is huge. This is huge. And the fact that he has a production deal for 3 films means that we're getting more in the pipeline. So I, for one, I'm very proud of all that has been accomplished, but it's like I already know that this is just the start. And so I'm looking forward to what's happening next. Capo, big up yourself, boy. Big up yourself, man. Like, for sure. And James Galloway, and also all the talent, all the actors, all the production staff, everybody who was a part of the film. This is a big win for all you guys. So kudos.
Massive win. Love that. So, I absolutely love that. Let's see if we dive into one more thing. I think we have time to dive into 1 or 2 more things before we
man, run it.
So, reggae star Jack Ewart to remain behind bars until January 2022.
Behind these visuals. Oh, Jack Ewart, man. I thought we were done with this, man.
Wait, let me find a prison background to read this article. I'm so serious. One moment.
Right, hey.
You think I'm joking and I'm so serious.
Oh, man. Cure again. Oh, man.
I'm not even joking. One moment. I'm gonna found it.
This is really happening. This is why you guys have
It's really happening.
This is why you guys have to watch us on YouTube and Facebook, so you could see all the shenanigans that Kevin Hanley goes on with on a daily basis.
Yeah, no, right.
Oh boy. Hey, that is one of the terms that just
Right?
Yeah, look, brother. What is the Caucasian equivalent to a right? There's none. There's none that conveys that particular sentiment, feeling, and emotion. It doesn't exist in their lexicon.
It doesn't.
It doesn't exist. Wait, ma'am, that jack your hand behind you?
We can see it on the Zoom, or we can see it on the live.
Yeah, that jack your hand behind you.
But it's like showing. I'm making sure. Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. Let's read it. Can you play a low undertone of his song so we could start off with the dramaticness? So, reggae star Jack Ewart has been assigned a public defender and will be summoned to appear at the Amsterdam court in an open session in January 2022. On Monday, when he appeared in the council chamber, Cure's pre-trial detention was extended by an additional 83 days.
Oh my
At
gosh.
the beginning of January 2022, the suspect will be summoned to appear at the Amsterdam court in an open session. A statement by Franklin Watermena, press officer of the Netherlands Public Prosecution Service. He said that once he is summoned to an open public session, members of the public will be able to attend, and journalists are also able to follow and report on the proceedings. The 43-year-old man is suspected of attempted murder, attempted manslaughter, aggravated assault, or attempted aggravated assault. He has a public defender. They are not giving his name until the first public hearing.
Watch it, right? I feel for. I feel for Jackie, you know. Because it's mystic when people owe you money and they want to pay you. Them things just drive you. Come on. What happened?
What's happening? What's happening?
Wait, on. Something happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the chain gang behind you just singing in the corridors. Will that be A block? But anyway, but I think from what I've heard, right, it seems as though this was a situation of a misunderstanding between him and a promoter, and some compensation issue, right? So it's like I just feel it for these artists within this position. But like you say, you gotta be able to control yourself, man. You gotta be able to control yourself. Like, man.
Yeah, like you can't just react. I know that's what instinct tells us to do, but just reacting sometimes ends up with consequence.
Oh man. And you see the thing about it too, I feel like even though it's in a different country and thing like that and different circumstances, I think like the stigma of him already being incarcerated is probably not going to play in his favor. But I also believe that he's a victim of his status. I think if this had happened to two ends of the spectrum, I think if this was like some random tourist that got into a fight with somebody somewhere in Amsterdam, they would have done put him back on a plane and send him back wherever he was coming from. He would have gotten a hearing, maybe pay $500 and bye-bye. And if this was some huge artist, it probably would have gotten either swept under the rug or same thing. Pay some money here and there and jump back on the plane and bye until the next time. Even if there's no next time. But I think Jackie kind of falls into this weird middle spot where he's a person of note, perhaps not as big as some of the pop stars and stuff like that, and also maybe not as insignificant where they just are willing to just overlook the situation. So I think it's unfortunate. I really hope that something can be done so that he doesn't actually end up staying in prison much longer. Like, I think it's already been too long, to be honest. It's already been too long. I mean, sometimes when a man owe you money, you gotta be willing to bust him a slap, say, borrow me money. Emotional intelligence, guys. Don't do that. But Kevin, time has run us down. I suspect we are very close to the 10 o'clock hour, and that is going to be it for us here at Island Tea today. I had fun. Had conversations about religion, had conversations about corporal punishment and education, had conversations about gun etiquette. So we just really touched the major, the really major touch points that we needed to today. I think we managed to get through that. Yeah, it was a full show. My heart is full. But
It's cool too.
but guys, I appreciate you taking the time to join us, taking the time to just come and relax and sip on some tea early in the morning. And for all the people who does meet me and tell me, I love me tea me tea in the morning. Yeah, me too. Me too. And you guys bring the well, I don't want to say sugar because we ain't promoting sugar here. But y'all bring such flavor into the tea in the morning that the show would not be what it is without you guys. So I appreciate you so much, whether you listen to us on the radio, if you look at us on Facebook or YouTube, or even if you check us out on Win Media's website. Thank you so much for joining us here. And hopefully you're back with us again tomorrow. It's going to be Friday.
Friday.
Indeed. But guys, before we go, we're just going to be left with a few words from the man himself, the Prosecco Papi, the Duke of Frigate, the Chapstick Don, the Slim God, the Freak of Neatness, Fet Van, His Excellency Sir Kevin Hanley.
Because remember that you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug. We'll see you tomorrow.